Hi everybody.
Hello.
We're doing this again. What we should probably do is like script an introduction. So yeah, this is the picture round. We've done it a tiny bit differently this week. There is a kind of theme that links these actors. And that is a bonus point if you can get it.
No, in my family group chat, the picture round is going down like a lead balloon this week.
I don't understand how. I don't know. I mean, some of those are a bit tricky, I guess. Some of them are pretty easy though. No.
Next time, famous landmarks.
If you can't get number 8, then we need to have words.
Yeah, everybody should get number 8.
Hi.
Oh,
Okay, so we've got Dale and Karen with us this week. That's our new guests. We've got Kyle and Abigail returning. I think the Finns are with us, and I think they might be marginally intoxicated. So that could be amusing. Sam's here as well. Hi, Sam. And Paul's back as well. Paul and Claire, nice to have you back
Paul's
again.
Dad, don't forget Paul's
and Alan,
dad.
Yep, hi Alan. Hope you're doing well. Okay, so that was the picture round. It will go back up again at the halfway point, so don't worry if you didn't get much of a chance to see it. It will go back up again.
Why is Sam's team name capitalised the last 4 letters of Pirates? Is that the thing?
No, it's just he's got.
Pirates.
Yeah, you've got to remember Sam's thumbs are 3 times the width of normal humans. So
Tracy's not on. I'm literally just about the YouTube name Tracy's on.
So Dale's team, Miserable Gits.
My dad's is. I'm not saying that out loud. I am not saying that
Your
out loud.
mum and Gary are Team Geordie Jeans. The nerds are Paul and Claire. Yeah, to be fair, that's kind of safe. It's kind of safe. Going by your dad's usual standards, that is pretty safe. So while Lucy's just very rudely using her phone,
I'm trying to get my Auntie Tracy in. She's not in.
Okay, but I mean, you are also broadcasting to to everyone else on the stream. That's all right. Remember, we are sponsored by Seriously Fish. Same as usual. Just go on there and earn me some money. Please click on the links. Click on the Amazon links. Buy yourself like a new aquarium using those links and make me some commission. Thanks very much. That'd be great. So you'll need a pen and paper, sense of humour, and at least 4 brain cells for this quiz, because the first round's pretty straightforward, but a couple of the other rounds are tough. Not like proper hard, not ridiculously hard. They're just quite difficult. So if you don't score brilliantly on this quiz, don't worry about it. We're just trying to find the balance. Last week was obviously too easy. We want to kind of strike a balance of everyone being able to score a few points, but at the same time making it more challenging at the kind of upper end. So we'll have 6 question rounds as usual. We've got the picture round. Write the answers down as you go, and let us know in the chat if you like how well you've done. Before we get cracking, make sure you've got your team name as well. Have a think about your team name, please. We'll try and write them down. Tell us in the YouTube chat or in the various WhatsApp or Facebook groups, etc. Just let us know, please. And then I think we will get straight in, shall we?
Yeah, might as well. The picture round will be going back up halfway through.
Yeah. So the first question round, the second actual round, just to confuse everyone, is general knowledge.
General knowledge.
So are you ready? You did well in this round, didn't you?
I did alright. I did alright. I got a normal amount of questions right, I would say. Tom
Cruise is an outspoken member of which religion? Which religion?
Tom Cruise is only about my height, you know.
I'm not even sure he's as tall as you, Pat.
Wendy's height.
Tom Cruise is an outspoken member of which religion? Question 2. The following is an anagram of which famous politician? The following is an anagram of which famous politician? Rob Litany. That's not the answer, by the way. If you don't know what an anagram is, you have to rearrange the letters. Vinny, go away. Vinny, shoot. You're not going out, you monkey. Question 3. Whoa, don't start. David's father has 3 sons, Snap, Crackle, and... David's father has 3 sons, Snap, Crackle, and...
Now who's rude?
Wait a minute.
You're checking your phone, isn't you?
Yeah, but I'm checking the legitimate chat, you know what I mean?
Who are the nerds?
That was Claire and Paul.
Claire and Paul.
Question 4. What is the art of stuffing animals for preservation? Dale's asking what I'm wearing. Well, on top I've got an old Barcelona strip. It's a beautiful classic. But then lower half I've got nothing on at all, Dale. Just...
That's why the dog's there. Vinny.
Anyway, what is the art of stuffing animals for preservation?
I could make another joke. I'm just not going to say.
Anyway, look.
He wants to be on camera. Look, show them.
No, don't, because then you'll mess it up and then you'll get annoyed for the next one. True or false? Donald Trump sponsored a cycle race and named it Tour de Trump. The questions do get harder than this. True or false? Donald Trump sponsored a cycle race and named it Tour de Trump.
Have we got Faith and James?
Yeah, they're in as bottled Peroni.
Right, so we've got...
Question 6. Which 2 main ingredients make up banoffee pie? Have you got Kyle and Abigail?
Yeah. Vinny, come here. Vinny.
One of the dogs is going crackers. Wants to be outside. Which 2 main ingredients make up banoffee pie?
If I give you this treat, you have to stop being naughty.
Question 7. Arachnophobia is the fear of what? Arachnophobia is the fear of what? Question 8. In which modern day city was the physicist and chemist Marie Curie born? In which modern day country, sorry, the dog's distracting me now, he's staring at me and he's just about to bark. In which modern day country was the physicist and chemist Marie Curie born?
We're just sorting one of the dogs out. Hang on, he's gone. Next question. Name 2 of the 6 founding members of the European Union.
They'll never find us, buddy.
Who's?
The dogs.
Oh. Name 2 of the 6 founding members of the European Union. If he starts barking at the neighbour again, you want to come back in?
I'll tell them.
Ooh. Have we told everybody about the fire engine?
Why are you pointing at the question as you said that?
Everybody
Because we're
about the fire engine.
no longer going to have a fire service after we leave the European Union. That's not true, by the way, just in case anyone tries to quote me. Question 10. What is the most commonly used collective noun for a group of crows?
It's also a spell in World of Warcraft.
Anyway, can you give another example of a collective noun for those that don't understand what a collective noun is?
The name for a group of something, so a pack of lions, a parliament of owls.
There you go, that'll do, thanks.
Could you not do it? Is that why you asked me? Because you know
No, it's just I wanted to include my glamorous assistant, but she couldn't make it, so I had to ask you.
Oh, nice. Old ones are the best ones. That's why I'm marrying you.
We can sort that out though. Okay.
It's very pink. It's like aggressively pink this week.
I like it, vibrant. So I'm going to leave the questions on the screen just for a second in case anyone needs to catch up. Dale, yes, you are right. It is a pride of lions, not a pack.
Oh, shut up, Dale. He's only been here 1 minute or something.
And he's already correcting you now, exactly there.
Oh, I haven't made any glaringly obvious spelling errors this week, or you start giving the answers away before we get a chance to read them out.
Well, I've actually quality assured the presentation this week, so I think it will be fine. Please feel free to correct me if you notice any errors. It'll probably be in Lucy's slides. Okay, Tom Cruise is an outspoken member of Scientology. Great religion.
Pack of hyenas?
If I could afford to, I'm just skipping past that. If I could afford to, I would be a Scientologist. The following is an anagram of which famous politician? It was Tony Blair. Rob Littany. Tony Blair.
I loved Tony Blair.
I wouldn't. I'd be careful when we get into politics. There's a few Donald Trump references in here. We've got to be careful. All right.
For what?
We've got a split political view on the stream.
Be non-biased.
Exactly. Yeah. David's father has 3 sons: Snap, Crackle, and obviously David.
I don't think that is that obvious. It's a bit of a trick question.
No, that's not a bit of a trick question. It is a trick question. If you wrote Pop, can you just like sigh or kind of tell yourself off or something? What is the art of stuffing animals for preservation? Taxidermy. It is true that Donald Trump sponsored a cycle race and named it Tour de Trump.
It just sounds like bumping on a bike.
Tour de Trump, what a hero. Banana and toffee are the 2 main ingredients of a banoffee pie. Arachnophobia is the fear of spiders. Marie Curie was born in Poland.
Tammy's saying to nearly wrote Pop. I did exactly the same thing.
It's alright to nearly write
well, that's an obvious one.
I think everyone will have nearly done it and then kind of stop for a second and go, hang on. Name 2 of the 6 founding members of the European Union. You could have had any of the following. Germany does not count. If you wrote just Germany, that does not count. West Germany is the only acceptable answer there. So you could have had Belgium, France, West Germany, Italy, Luxembourg, or Netherlands. Holland is obviously also acceptable. What is the most commonly used collective noun for a group of crows? It is a murder. A murder of crows.
I think that is one of the best collective nouns there is.
Yeah, it's a mid one.
Murder of
it is
crows.
really, really good. So I'm going to leave that on the screen for a couple of seconds. Let us know how you did in terms of your answers for that round, please. That was reasonably easy. That's the easiest round of the quiz. It's kind of going to get progressively...
I don't know, mine are always alright.
No,
well, depending on
yours
if
are genuinely pretty terrible.
No, just because you don't get them.
Anyway, they're going to get kind of progressively more difficult.
Pretty much everyone's coming in with high scores.
Yeah. Progressively more difficult or specific. So there's some questions that aren't hard, but, are kind of specific.
7.5. Will, what's a half point for?
Let us know. Also, I'd like to know, I am always curious, let us know if you got an obvious one wrong, or if you kind of thought you had it and you made a mess of it or something. I always find that interesting.
Right. Ready to move on? People have calculated. Okay. Duncan.
Okay, so I'm going to sorry.
Look at
Just
this.
before,
I'm just going to point out an error that you've made. You haven't changed the round number to round 2.
Oh, yeah, well spotted. Good job.
This is round 2.
Yeah. I think we might just move the number off the picture round and just call it the picture round. Anyway, just before we move on, Claire and Paul are asking if they can have half a point for one of the founding members of the European Union. Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Yeah, if you get one, if you get one of those, you can have half a point. And then we're going straight into round 3. Musicals. There's a strong possibility that in this round I'm just going to leave.
Duncan hates the fact that don't pick the next button. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for the next button.
What?
I'm not ready because I want to.
Not ready for that one?
Oh no, that's fine. Right, so I have tried to include a good mix of modern musicals and classic ones as well. Musicals is a bit of a niche thing, so some of the questions are more obvious than others. So if you're a fan of musicals, you might think, oh, that's obvious, but it isn't to everybody. So I have tried to mix it up a bit. I'm aware of how fast I'm talking as well. I'm trying to slow down.
Can you please, you see the timer over there? You can just make sure you, after you've kind of done each question, that you add a few seconds on. Like
where's the timer?
Minimum 5 seconds. Well, it's not a timer, but there's a massive, huge clock on the screen over there, Pet.
Oh, on the telly. I'm not going to compute that. Right. Oh, right. Okay.
Right,
so question 1. Are you ready? Question 1. What vehicle is Doris Day aboard according to the song At the Start of Calamity Jane? So, that is, what vehicle is Doris Day aboard according to the song At the Start of Calamity Jane? How long have I got to leave it now?
So just 5, 6, 7 seconds. That would be ideal. Hang on, have you said the question twice?
3 misses.
No, don't do that. I mean, that just looks proper creepy.
Question 2. In which popular musical does the Pharaoh bear an uncanny resemblance to Elvis Presley? So question 2 is, in which popular musical does the Pharaoh bear an uncanny resemblance to Elvis Presley?
I'm just chatting away on my phone so that I don't have to listen to these questions.
I know, but I want to say what you think.
Irritated. Well, I'm not talking about you, so I'm not. You know what, right? When I'm texting my other women, you need to give me a bit of privacy. We are on it in a
yawn. Question 3. Moving on. In Greece, which character was hopelessly devoted to Danny Zuko? So question 3. In Greece, which character was hopelessly devoted to Danny Zuko? I think the first 3 have been quite easy so far.
Awful.
He hates it. He hates the fact that I put musicals in. Now, if this round was entirely dedicated to Pitch Perfect, you would be loving it.
Yeah, well, that's not a musical, is it?
It is.
It's just a brilliant film.
Let's go music in. Question 4. Which 1961 musical was inspired by Romeo and Juliet? I've got pins and needles in my legs again, that's why I keep shifting.
Got some good scores in that last round, got some good scores.
Question 4 is, which 1961 musical was inspired by Romeo and Juliet? Question 5. Which musical features Jean Valjean as a main character? I have so many opinions on this musical.
Oh, tell them to somebody else.
Which musical features Jean Valjean as a main character? Question 6.
Whoa. You're not.
It's a very short question.
I know, but it doesn't matter.
If you haven't got it now, you're not going to get it.
That's not the case, man. You need it. Imagine if this was written in. What language do you claim to be good at? Greek. Imagine if this was written in Greek. Take a little while to understand, wouldn't it? Lucy doesn't speak Greek, by the way. She thinks she does.
A bit of Greek.
When I went to Greece once, she did on one occasion.
He hated it when I was ordering beer at the bar in Greece.
One beer. That was Lucy's Greek.
6. What is the name of the musical that tells the story of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons? Will you stop interrupting us?
I've just realised I told a lie in the YouTube chat because I said I got 0 in this round, but I actually did get this one.
You didn't?
No,
you jokingly gave me the wrong answer, therefore you got it wrong.
Well, yeah, but I knew the actual answer.
Question 6. Will you just stop talking? What is the name of the musical that tells the story of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons? You just smile and look happy for the camera. Lovely. Question 7.
I am stunning.
You're going to show it on the back of your head where you missed out the big bit of hair.
Oh, it's blended in now.
Question 7. Who was the original Phantom of the Opera? So what I mean by that is, who was the first person to be cast as Phantom in London's West End?
If you have to explain it, I'd argue it's not a brilliant question.
I don't have to explain it. I'm choosing it as a filler for the awkward silence. Question 7.
It's only because you told me to shut up.
Who, not between me and you, between me and the camera. Because you've got to wait for people to think, oh, I know, who's that again? So who was the original Phantom of the Opera?
Ow, why did you just nip me under the table?
Question 8. Complete the missing lyrics. In this life, one thing counts. In the bank, large amounts. I'm afraid these don't grow on trees. Blank. Now there are a few. 8 missing lyrics in that song. It was just like one sentence. What?
Sorry, I fell asleep for a second.
Complete the missing lyrics. In this life, one thing counts. In the bank, large amounts. I'm afraid these don't grow on trees. Blank, 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 blank. That's it, wasn't it?
This is the prize for this week. By the way.
They glow in the dark.
Yeah, Thomas the Tank Engine minis. So the winner of this week's quiz gets to choose one of these. No, you don't.
Harry would equally wouldn't have, he's already seen them.
Round.
Question 9. Who wrote the Rocky Horror Picture Show? You got this wrong as well.
Was it me?
No, it does look a bit like you. Question 9.
I'm going to Google
Who wrote?
And if it's offensive, I'll be back.
Who wrote the Rocky Horror Picture Show? What's Straker saying then?
Well, Straker, so Dan, who can't be with us this week, said that he got 52 out of 70 last week on his own, which was a really good score, but it was a much easier quiz last week. Much easier.
Question 10. How old is the oldest member of the Von Trapp?
By the answer to that question.
Will you stop interrupting my questions? I'm going to do this all the way through you. How old is the oldest member of the Von Trapp Brats? It's the last question for the musicals round. So we'll move on to the answer screen because it's going to be on there anyway.
Okay, fair point. Oh, but you didn't press the right button, did you?
I don't know what button to press.
I know this is why you're not allowed to press the keys, if you remember.
So there you are, all 10 questions from the musical round. If you didn't hear any, because Duncan was rudely interrupting every word I said.
We'll give you
You've got them written on the screen.
Seconds to have a look. What's the crack?
Oh, that's clearly Tanya. It is and going on to is the answer to question 10. So, how old is the oldest member of the Von Trapp Brats? How old is not how old are they going to be at the next birthday? I'm answering the question from my dad.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, how old is currently?
You don't know.
Well,
if you know, you know.
You give us the answer.
Yeah, but you don't know.
And I guess it correctly if you remember.
You don't get it. You didn't.
Xander's buzzing about the prize.
Well done. Well done. I'm gonna have to order another pack of glow-in-the-dark minis now. Right, answers coming your way now. What vehicle is Doris Day aboard according to the song at the start of Calamity Jane? It is the Deadwood stage. And it's coming on over the hill.
Right,
Seriously, shut up. You're ruining it for everybody.
I'm sorry, I can't help it.
In which popular musical does the Pharaoh bear an uncanny resemblance to Elvis Presley? It's Joseph or Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Whichever way you want to word it is fine. I just couldn't fit all of those words on the screen. In Grease, which character was hopelessly devoted to Danny Zuko? It was Sandy Olsen. You can just have Sandy for that round. You don't have to have her surname, because I think it's pretty unknown, to be honest. Sandra D, most people say. Which 1961 musical was inspired by Romeo and Juliet? It was West Side Story. Can you just sit still for 2 minutes?
I'm getting up. Call me passion.
Which musical features Jean Valjean as a main character? I'm
just looking for my second.
Liam is a Robber. Now, I've never seen this movie or musical, and I really don't fancy it.
It's really good. No, honestly.
Honestly, I just don't fancy it. I know people love it, but I just think in real life, the poor people don't sing that much. It just doesn't resonate with me at all.
I forgot about your ridiculous reason for not watching this. Poor people don't sing, apparently.
Not that much. What is the name of the musical?
Let's just go and knock him.
Get him in. Hang on, because he's going to shout at the dog here.
Get it!
What is the name of the musical that tells the story of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons? It's The Jersey Boys. Me and my mum went to see this in Edinburgh, and it is literally one of the best things I've ever seen on stage. Absolutely incredible. Well, who was the original Phantom of the Opera? It was Michael Crawford. Oh, Benny. Oh, that's
oh, Benny.
He was in Some Mothers Do Have Him, and he was the very first Phantom of the Opera. Interesting fact, I haven't done this for a while. Interesting fact. The reason he got cast as Phantom of the Opera was because Sarah Brightman and her then husband, Andrew Lloyd Webber, were at a singing lesson, and they heard the performer before they went into the room sing and thought he was really good, so tracked him down, and it turned out to be Michael Crawford, and then he got the part.
How much would I have to pay you to stop doing these interesting facts?
A lot of money. Complete the missing lyrics. Complete the missing lyrics. You've got to pick a pocket or two. So in this life, one thing counts. In the bank, large amounts.
Lucy, man, honestly, I've never heard any feedback from any of the quizzes saying I wish Lucy would sing more.
Everyone said stop doing a quiz and just do a live show. Has everybody said that? Who wrote the Rocky Horror Show? Richard O'Brien.
I thought it'd be
like your twin. Lols. How old is the oldest member of the Von Trapp Brats? 16 going on 17. So you can't just have 16.
Or 17.
No, she's not 17. She's 16.
Okay,
I am
right.
16 going on 17. Don't give me that look, Duncan.
Don't press the button.
I'm not pressing any button.
Do not press the button. Right, we're going to leave the answers on the screen for a little second there.
10 from your dad and Tanya.
That's good. Yeah, so William got 3. William, I don't blame you. Terrible round in my opinion. Oh, the Wrinkly's got 10 as well.
See, I told you. I bet you that was all Rob.
Musical nerds.
Was it Rob?
That's what you all are. You know what? Your dad and Tan, musical nerds. Wrinkly's musical nerds.
Lorraine 4.5. Tammy 8.
There's going to be some very differing scores on this round, isn't there? You're going to get people who will get like really high scores, as we have, and then you're going to get people like me who get 1.
We'll get 3. What did you say?
8 for Tammy and Kyle.
Yeah,
that's really good.
I've already said that.
Oh, sorry. Let me check the old YouTube chats. I am curious to know. Kyle got 1. At least he got 1. The Finns got 0. So yeah, good round, Lucy. Good round. Finnish
a lot of
people,
these are international, I think.
Yeah, I know. It's a terrible
Greece,
round.
I'm pretty sure,
you know
is fairly well known. They might just not like musicals.
Your mum got 8.
One man's meat is another man's poison. That's what you've got to bear in mind.
So it's very mixed. That was. It was kind of like the first Phantom was meant to be Steve Hartley, but he was sacked.
There's his uncle.
There's an interesting. Probably not. Okay,
no, I purposefully didn't put hairspray in Tracy because I hope you're doing unfair advantage.
This is where I think we might end up kind of balancing out a bit. So perhaps if you were good at musicals last round, you'll not be as good at sport, and vice versa.
Don't be surprised if this is our last quiz because we end up separating, because of artistic differences in Quizland.
Yeah, but that's not why we would separate. It's because I have to wake up next to your face.
No, I mean separate professionally as quiz hosts.
Right. I'll just go and find a younger, better,
are we anchoring the quiz?
Prettier model.
See, Stephen loves a musical.
Oh. Anyway, round 4, sport.
Vinny,
swear
come
to
here.
God. I swear. Anyway, this is a hard round. I'm going to tell you in advance, this is a tough round. I'll be hugely impressed if anyone gets a really good score on this. Question 1. How many boxing matches did Muhammad Ali lose in his career? Presume we're talking competitive here, by the way. I don't think practice bouts count. How many boxing matches did Muhammad Ali lose in his career?
Someone say hello?
Sheena's laughing at your Uncle Stephen comment. He does love a musical.
This is why we can't know. Hello, look, there you are. You're on telly.
How many boxing matches did Muhammad Ali lose in his career? That's Vinny, our...
it's short for Vincenzo, not Vincent.
He's part of the mafia, that's all I'm going to say. Question 2. Which US state hosts golf's Masters tournament? Dale, I hope you get this one. If you don't, what more can I do? Phoebe apparently loves your glasses.
Thanks.
Lucy, so
I like them because they hide my face.
she mustn't be watching.
It's such a troll. A troll that looks like Richard
Which
O'Brien.
US state hosts golf's Masters tournament? Paul and Claire say they love Vinny. Well, right now, you can have him. Yeah. He's just constantly pacing around the table, like harassing us both and barking and which, okay, I've read that one twice, I think. Question 3. How long is an Olympic swimming pool? I'm going to give you a clue on this one, in case... Start the other one off now.
Bad behaviour.
It is, but you know. How long is an Olympic swimming pool? I'm going to give you a clue for this one. If you know the length of a normal swimming pool, like a standard swimming pool, it is double that length. Claire says she's going to have Vinny. That'll be good. Question 4. What is the longest track running event held at the Olympics? When it says track running, I'm only explaining this because Lucy didn't understand. It means running on a track.
Why can't cross country be on a track? There are tracks in the country, just different kinds of tracks. So we walked up a track today next to a train track. That's 3 different kinds of tracks I've talked about in that sentence. Train track, running track, and regular track.
Can you go somewhere else? What is the longest track running event held at the Olympics? Question 5. Which women's national football team recently lost a court case to be paid equally to their male counterparts? Ironically, during the court case, the court showed that they had earned more money. So during the time of the court case, the women's team had actually earned more money than the men. But they wanted 66 million in damages. 66 million. Which women's national football team recently lost a court case to be paid equally to their male counterparts.
Couldn't even guess that one.
If you knew...
I would guess, just name a country.
If you knew kind of anything about football,
I don't know anything
it's reasonably obvious because it's one of the...
Although I did write this question, so I know a little bit about football.
Which football pundit used to captain Newcastle United? Actually, that could be answered in a few ways, because I bet there's more than one pundit that used to be Newcastle's captain.
Well, the most well-known one.
Yeah.
Current pundit.
If you've got an alternative answer that fits, you can have a point for it as well. Let us know in the chat.
But not in addition. You can't have a point in addition to the point. So you just get 1 point for this round.
I see. Des is already in.
Oh, yeah.
Des says there was at least 2. It is the most common one, the most well-known, the most famous, arguably the most successful. But if you do have a legitimate answer, and then I will verify, then you can have a point for that as well. That was
said in the question you had in, was
that was a last minute
primary school did last minute or whatever it was.
Question, last minute question, because Lucy thought that the other one was a bit too difficult. Question 7. This one is a reasonably tough question, I think. But then again, if you know UFC, then obviously it's not.
Obviously, all our friends and family are big UFC
it's more specific than it is difficult. Who did Conor McGregor defeat in just 13 seconds to become the second undisputed UFC featherweight champion in December 2015? Claire says she's yelled at the bloke in question 6. Yelled at him. Like, yelled at him. Shouted at him. It was the last question, Lucy. It really wasn't that long time ago.
No, I was just contemplating saying something, but then I didn't know.
You don't want to give it away, yeah.
Yeah.
Who did Conor McGregor defeat in 13 seconds to become the second undisputed UFC featherweight champion in December 2015?
I once spilled a pint of lemonade on Freddie Shepherd.
You did. Oh, good job.
Perfect.
Not back. Anyway, next question. Which ball is worth the most points in English snooker? Yes, you did. Now, Wendy says, if it's who I'm thinking of in question 6, he asked me out.
Ooh.
But I mean, he's been married for a long time.
Oh.
I mean, also probably doesn't stop him.
What's Sam saying? I will be there next year. What's he on about?
The Masters in America. Which ball is worth the most points in English snooker? Question 9. What is the surname of the most famous tennis playing sisters? I mean, again, this is a last minute ambiguous question. The ones that we are referring to are the sisters who both have been champions on a number of occasions, won a number of tournaments. What is the surname of those tennis playing sisters? I don't just want like
Anna Kournikov's sister.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Both
She's the only tennis player I know.
What is this? You mentioned it on Wednesday as well. What is the surname of the most famous tennis playing sisters? And the last question. In cricket, which country did Chris Gayle represent? Which country did Chris Gayle represent in cricket? So the answers are good. Oh, Lucy, man, you've done it again.
I don't know what happens. Why does that happen?
Just don't touch the buttons. How many times do I have to tell you? That was almost flawless until the 2 times that you pressed the buttons. Just stop.
Oh, hang on, I need to get that.
So irritating.
Don't put the camera back on yet. What are you doing?
That's common.
No, there's a bit of fluff on the ceiling.
Really irritating.
I've already polished the ceiling.
Okay, Muhammad Ali lost 5 boxing matches in his career. Just 5. 3 of them were right at the end of his career, to be fair, when he was probably a little bit past it. Georgia is the state that hosts golf's Masters tournament. Dale's just been on saying we're having a domestic. That's not a domestic day.
That's nothing compared to Wednesday. It was nearly a full-blown crime scene on Wednesday.
Honestly, you would understand, Dale, like if you'd spend time trying to put this together and making it look professional, and then some fat-fingered moron just comes along and starts jabbing at the keys.
Are you going to put those in your wedding vows? Please do.
An Olympic swimming pool is 50 metres long. The longest track running event held at the Olympics is 10,000 metres. The longest running event off the track is a marathon.
What kind of track?
Shut up. Which women's national football team recently lost a court case to be paid equally to their male counterparts? I think that was literally today or yesterday. That was the US women's national team. Mm-hmm. The football pundit that we were referring to, the one that we were looking for, was Alan Shearer. But if you do have a legitimate answer, hide in chat, we'll verify it, and then
now
you
I was going to say,
decide
was man did you used to clean his windows? I'm showing me that. Dougie cleaned his windows.
He lives in Darrasol.
Well, no, yeah, but so does his man. So I don't know if it was his man's windows or his windows.
That's another good, interesting fact there, Pet. Thank you very much. Conor McGregor defeated Jose Aldo, however you pronounce that, in just 13 seconds. The black ball is worth 7 points in snooker, which is the most out of the coloured balls.
I got that one right when you were reading these.
You did. I was dead good. I was really impressed.
Dead good. And practically Alex Higgins. Henry Higgins.
Venus and Serena Williams is the answer we were looking for that question. Again, sorry, a little bit ambiguous.
Bob Moncur was the other one. We've met him.
I've played golf with Bob Moncur, funnily enough.
We met him. On a work thing, wasn't it? He was doing a talk.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. And then the country that Chris Gale represented in cricket was the West Indies. Let us know your scores, please. Let us know if there was any questions that you found easy or
break
hard.
Time as well.
And yes, it is coming up to the break. I'm going to put those questions back for a second just to make sure everyone's had time. Count to like 10 or something. Why don't you tell us a really interesting fact, Lucy, while we wait?
What's the interesting fact? Now, when you put us on the spot like that, it's hard.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I know, because that might be a quiz question next time.
So the two Kyles got 4. Well, apparently the Walternator, and I presume Helen, I'd imagine Helen got most of those answers, apart from the UFC one, because obviously Sam is UFC obsessed.
And golf.
And yeah, Helen probably got that as well though. 10 for the Walternators. That's impressive.
He's on his phone.
He's to be fair, I can't think of any that he wouldn't have known the answer to there.
Snooker.
Why would he not know snooker?
I've never seen Sam play snooker.
And Oliver's massively into football now, so is Sam. Sam's finally, it's taken Oliver to man up a bit and stop playing that terrible rugby and start taking an interest in football.
Our child plays
like a real
rugby.
bloke. Ringley's got 8. That's pretty decent.
They also tried to cheat, so I think we should deduct a point.
Okay, so it is break time now.
We'll have a bit of a longer break because Xander's going to bed now. So to give Phoebe and Des and Sheena a chance to get settled.
Yeah, so we'll probably aim to come back for just before 10:02, I think.
Good night, Xander.
Night, Xander. So the picture round's going to come up now.
My dad wants to know if he gets a point for Bob Moncur.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that right though?
Well, actually, hang on, is he a pundit?
I don't know.
Like, what's he a pundit on? If your dad can tell us what he's a pundit on, then yeah.
Fact check that, like. I mean, my dad was
Finn's got 5 there.
arsenic and rice.
Finn's got 5 there, pretty good. I'm happy with that. That's a reasonably balanced round, I think. Anyway, so yeah, pictures. There we go. And remember, there is a theme that links all of these pictures. And if you can get that, there is a bonus point available for the correct answer.
Everybody should get number 8 and 10 and 5 and
5. There's no.
But no, right. She's one of them. She's one of them. Where
I wouldn't know.
I would never know her name, but you think,
Definitely
oh god, her face is all over everything at the minute.
I would argue that 1, 8, and 10 should be.
If this was slung in front of me, I would get 1, 2, 3. I would forget 7's name.
There's no way I'd get 3. Do you know his name?
Oh no, actually.
Exactly.
I know who he is though.
Yeah, but that's not the thing, is it?
I would have got 10.
So we are actually
6. Yeah, we didn't even know until we looked.
For clarification, we are looking for their real names. Maybe half points for a character they've played.
No, because you could say a character they've played in something that's not related to what we're looking for. Like you could say that movie that we watch over Christmas.
Anyway, we're going to meet now. We'll be back in kind of 5 or 6 minutes.
One of us will be if you're the one.
And we're back.
We're getting some
feedback about the picture run. So I've just said in the YouTube chat, like, Lucy and I both got kind of 7 out of 10 on this. We did replace a couple of easier ones.
For Tracy, so I know Tracy was saying that this round is hard, but for Carter, this round shouldn't be that hard. I wouldn't have thought.
Why Carter?
Because Carter should know a lot of these.
Okay.
Bradley?
Anyway, hi again. Hi again.
So for next week, for the picture round for we're on Saturday now. For Wednesday night, we'll probably
the Finns have said that for them was the easiest so far, and I thought they'd do well.
Because they're internationally renowned actors. The thing is, for Wednesday, we'll probably look at something like international landmarks, which was a suggestion by my mother, which I think is pretty decent, to be honest.
Because for that one, we can do probably quite varied, where we can get like.
Carter's pissed, apparently. That's. 15.
We can get 3 or 4 that would be like pretty straightforward, and then some tougher ones.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so yeah, round 5, music. Wendy, we have moved the music round forward at your request.
At the same time that you've then done musicals and then music, which means 2 lots of your singing in quick succession.
I
don't think that's
unless you want us to.
That's a good thing. Can you promise me something when we do this?
I won't hit the answer button. I know what you mean, but yeah. Right, question. Oh, it's on. Right, question 1. It's hard. I'm looking at 2 screens. Question 1. Working My Way Back to You was a 1965 hit for which... Don't sing it. Do not sing it. If I did that, you would literally have my home drawn and quartered. Literally.
That doesn't help you know which group it was.
Working My Way Back to You was a 1965 hit for which group? People should get this. Shouldn't they?
I didn't.
Yeah, but it's not gangster rap. Whatever it is you like. Working My Way Back to You was a 1965 hit for which group? I'm giving people extra time.
Right, okay.
Question 2. Which music group did Sting belong to? Interesting fact, which most people know, I think, to be fair. Sting's from Wallsend. I think that is quite interesting, considering he was in an episode of Friends. Can you remember that episode? When Phoebe wants to get Ross to get tickets to the concert because Ross's kid goes to Sting's kid's school.
What are you doing with your hand?
I'm just explaining it. It's my chain of events. And she sings that song going, Ross can. Everybody should. That's great.
I'm laughing on this.
Which music group did Sting belong to? That's question 2. Question 3 is... You could never know what it's like. Your blood like winter freezes just like ice. Is the opening line to which song? Now, depending on whether or not you've seen the recent version of this song, you might get very different lyrics, but these are the lyrics. You could never know what it's like. Your blood like winter freezes just like ice. Is the opening line to which song?
That rice sounds like it's boiling a bit dry.
It can't possibly be boiling dry. It's on the lowest heat and I've just put the water in.
Okay.
Feel free to go and check it. Question 4. Who had a 2019 number 1 with the song Hold Me While You Wait?
That's an erroneous comment. I should have noticed that.
Well, you also should have put that in quotations.
No, I took it out with quotations.
Oh, well, there you go then. The comma was there because the quotations were about to start.
Yeah,
correct grammar. Who had a 2019 number 1 with the song Hold Me While You Wait? This is on the Alexa advert, isn't it?
Do you think this is a good round?
Yeah. Do you want to go check the race? Question 5.
Trust you.
Beyonce Knowles was the lead singer for which iconic band? You got this wrong. Remember how wrong you got this? You got this so wrong. Well,
I can't even remember what my answer was. But
Beyonce Knowles.
I'm not upset that I didn't know the answer.
You should be. Was the lead singer for which iconic band? You know what Beyonce's sister's called?
Fiance.
No. Solange. I think, is that a sister? Or a cousin? Question.
That was great. Do you know what Beyonce's sister could possibly be called?
Question 6. Eagle Eye Cherry had a 1997 one-hit wonder with which song? Now, I put this one in for your Finnish friends. Apparently it was all the rage in Finland.
Finland?
Eagle Eye Cherry had a 1997 hit with which song?
I might swear at you and finish in a second.
What's that noise?
My toes. I'm doing something creepy with my toes under the table.
Don't swear at me and finish because we all know you say it wrong. Question 7.
Paracale.
You said it the same way the past 2 weeks and each time they've said you saying it wrong. Question 7. What is the name of Ed Sheeran's first single?
Asko's drunk, so you'll have appreciated that.
Stop doing that. That's a horrible noise.
It's just what I'm doing is I'm getting my toes and just doing that on them. Like that.
It literally sounds like you're having a wee under the table. Question 7.
Oh, sorry.
What is the name of Ed Sheeran's first single? Flying.
Was it Lucy? Hang on. Was it Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds?
Well, I'm not going to give the answer away, am I? I can't say either way. Question 8. Complete the missing lyric. Do you remember the 21st night of blank? Love was changing the minds of pretenders while chasing the clouds away. Complete the missing lyric. Do you remember the 21st night of blank? Love was changing the minds of pretenders while chasing the clouds away. What's a crack?
Hazza says I'm getting worse by the day. To be fair, that rolling your R's is really tough.
Well, in Newcastle,
in
Newcastle, a lot of people roll their R's when they say Gary. They don't say Gary, they say Gary.
It's not quite rolling though, is it? It's like a single roll. I'll roll, yeah, okay.
Question 9. Stop talking.
Wendy says, Duncan, let Lucy sing or I'll come and join her next time and really torture you.
We are really good together when we sing as well.
I can only begin to
Question
imagine.
9. What is Eminem's real name? You see, on this music round this week, there's
a few decent questions in
there. Yeah, but I've also limited my opportunity to sing by asking actual questions rather than finish the sentence.
Everyone appreciates.
You know, I think we could all sing a bit more in lockdown. It lifts your mood.
Yeah, just
releases the endorphins.
With your voice.
As long as you're not poor.
Always
then that doesn't matter.
Chance
Name as a Robber just doesn't.
Things might smash.
Question 10. I mean, I say as long as you're not poor, like we're sitting here on a throne of gold.
How do you know these chairs cost a lot of money?
Just click on seriouslyfish.com and buy some. So question 10.
From a second-hand shop.
Question 10. Which band had a debut single with Somebody Told Me? Now I'll put this in for Dan straight now and he's not even playing. Question 10. Which band had a debut single with the song Somebody Told Me? I do love that song. I
honestly don't even know it. Like, obviously I will know it.
You know when I sing it when we go for the answers. Which band had a debut single? Right, can we go to the answer screen?
Yeah, don't absolutely categorically do not touch it. Oh look, seamless. Kyle says typical Naka Dan.
Naka Dan.
Everyone loves slagging Dan.
I once made a cake when I was, trying to make a go of it in the cake business, which is a cutthroat world if ever there was one. For somebody, I can't remember who it was for. It was a paying customer. It went horrifically wrong, so we decided to repurpose the cake and give it to Duncan's friend/employee Dan. And just drew a load of phallic things on it and wrote Naka Dan on the side of the cake and he loved it. It was
Naka Dan. Anyway, right. Answers.
Working My Way Back to You was a 1965 hit for the Four Seasons. Because I'm working my way back to you. Babe, can't help myself, I'm sorry. Which music group did Sting belong to?
Music group?
It was the Police. You could never know what it's like. So should I just sing this? I should, shouldn't I? You could never know what it's like. Your blood like winter freezes just like ice is I'm Still Standing by Elton John or the gorilla of the movie Sing. Who had a 2019 number 1 with the song Hold Me While You Wait? It was Lewis Capaldi. To this day I don't know who Lewis Capaldi is. I genuinely don't know who he is, but I do like that song. Beyonce Knowles was the lead singer for Destiny's Child. Eagle Eye Cherry had a 1997 one-hit wonder with Save Tonight. Now, do your friends know the answer to that? Was that right?
Asko, Michaela, do you know the answer to that
Was
question?
I right about that being a Finland thing?
Was it 1997? That was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was much earlier than that.
What is the name of Ed Sheeran's first single? It was The A-Team. Complete the missing lyric. It was September. Do you remember? The 21st night of September. Why aren't you dancing?
That dance was absolutely
Eminem's real name is Marshall Bruce Mathers
physically
the
repulsive.
Third. You can just have Marshall Mathers. That's fine.
Sorry. That dance you just did was...
It was
a
brilliant dance.
Webcam wasn't on.
It was nearly as good as the Macarena. Marshall Bruce Mathers the Third. Which band had a debut single with Somebody Told Me? It was The Killers. I think Carter looks like the lead singer from The Killers. I'm not pressing
really
any buttons.
Interesting. You were just about to leave the buttons alone. Alright, thank you. I'm going to leave that on the screen for a second. Let us know how you did in that round, please. Let us know if you thought that was particularly tough or easy.
No, those were the questions. Yeah, they got them right or wrong. It's a quiz.
Right, okay, no. What I'm trying to determine is whether or not the quiz round was good. You dafty. The Finns did get that question. So there you go. Oh, Kyle did pretty decent there. Got 5 in that round. Well done, son.
Bet
well done.
Kyle got
that'll be
10,
Abigail. That'll be Abigail.
The Dan question.
That'll be Kyle. Which one was the Dan question again?
Number 10.
Oh yeah, the Killers, yeah. What a cheek. 6.
Phoebe knew 8 from Trolls.
Which one?
I didn't realise the Earth, Wind and Fire one in number 8. Ooh, the Wrinklies only got 3.5. I put 60 songs in on purpose. How the mighty.
How did Dale and Karen do? They've gone suspiciously quiet. Hazza says, I propose next time both of you sing these music questions with lyrics out loud as a duet. Believe it or not,
we were thinking of sacking off the quiz and just
bad.
doing a live kind of this morning-esque talk show with a fashion segment, a cookery segment, the news, weather.
No, that's just not going to happen. Kyle got Eminem's real name and then Abigail got the rest.
Well done, Abigail, that's amazing.
Okay, what is the next round? I literally can't remember.
So I'm going to go check on that rice.
Yeah, you go and have a look at that rice patch.
Look at the rice.
If it's black, sort out.
I keep burning rice.
Okay, so round 6, history and geography. I'm going to kind of apologise in advance. This round is quite tricky. There's a couple of easier ones, but I do think this is quite a hard round. Let us know your scores afterwards, always interesting. And then we will get... Hang on, Dale, I didn't see your score. What did you get? Oh, you got 3. Okay, fair enough. Okay, it's Lucy's questions, man.
It's not my fault. I don't know what Dale's taste in music is.
Question 1. What is the capital of Poland? Dale, what is your taste in music anyway? I presume because... Well, Dale's a canny age and what's Dale now?
Gary
like
Glitter,
80... Gary Glitter? That's offensive. Dale's like 81 or 82, I think, now. So he's probably into like... What did they have in... What kind of music did they have in World War One? What is the capital of Poland? Question 2. What is the largest Mediterranean island? What is the largest Mediterranean island? Either Karen or Dale has said that Dale's taste in music is death metal, which I've got to be honest.
That's what the Killers are, isn't it? You're number 10.
I struggle to believe. I can imagine Dale listening to ABBA. Which is the largest Mediterranean island? Question 3. Mount Vesuvius casts a shadow over which modern Italian city?
Now I disagree with your answer on this.
So, Lucy disagrees with the answer to this. If you want to give me the province instead of the city, I might also accept that. The only person I'm going to listen to with any authority on this subject is Uncle Rob. If Uncle Rob can tell us that my answer is incorrect, then I'll accept it.
Why?
Because he loves his Italian, he loves Italy, and he's a good geographer. And my dad, maybe. He claims to be a decent geographer. What about China? Well, I suppose, I don't know. I'm not making another phone joke, because I've already huffed that once today.
I think she should know that, though.
Right, she's an English teacher.
No, not because of that.
Type down. Question 4. Which country name only has 4 letters ending in Q? Okay, so Karen says apparently Dale does actually literally listen to death metal. What kind of bands? I'm curious.
Slipknot.
I don't think you call Slipknot death metal.
Oh, I don't know. I only listen to Coldplay.
Corner, okay.
Bon Jovi.
Coldplay, yeah. So Lucy's favourite band is Coldplay.
It's not.
Talks about Coldplay constantly. I swear to God, I've never heard or listened to a Coldplay song. Not once.
Bon
We've been
Jovi.
going out for 42 years and I've never heard it. Anyway, which country name only has 4 letters ending in Q? Question 5. In which city was the Titanic built? I'm going to give a kind of small clue about this. There is a big Titanic museum in this city. So if you can think of a big Titanic museum, that's where it was built. Although, to be fair, if you've been in the museum, you should probably know this.
I like train museums.
Insomnium and Amon Amarth. I've literally never even heard of them, Dale. You're too cool for me, son. Unless that's like old stuff, in which case...
Probably that might be his band. He could have a band.
I can imagine Dale being a great singer.
Dale
actually.
and...
In which city was the Titanic built?
Who's the other one?
Dave got bald.
No, that's not how I was going to say.
Don't know what you mean.
The one Paul likes?
Paul likes?
His name?
Gary Sangster?
No. No, like the one who doesn't make that much. No, what?
Question
Rob Reed.
6. Rob Reed. Rob Reed is a living
The one who's randomly
legend.
friends with my mum on Facebook. Despite the fact she's never met him.
Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and who was the 3rd astronaut involved in the Apollo 11 mission that landed on the moon? Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and who was the 3rd astronaut involved in the Apollo 11 mission that landed on the moon? Okay, I'm going to leave that on the screen for just a little bit longer because that one's a bit more of a confusing one.
Oh my god, that's a good one that Sheena's just said.
Yeah, so apparently Sheena says Insomnium are from Finland.
There we go.
Asko, Michaela, did you know that? I don't even know if Asko listens to music, to be honest. He's too much of a like robot. What's going on with me notifications there? Okay. Question 7. Which country's name could be part of a Christmas dinner?
There's 2 of these, you know.
Now, is there?
Unless that's not a country. There's another country.
That's not a country, pet. I'm actually going to show people on camera. Can you see it?
No.
Can you see it? That's the country that Lucy thought was the answer to that question.
So if you wrote that down...
Written. Which country's name could be part of a Christmas dinner? So this is like a traditional English dinner.
What
For
is
the
it,
Finns,
Des?
this might be a bit confusing.
Dishing out answers left, right and centre in a group chat.
Is he?
Yeah.
Get him banned. Get him banned.
Man. Just because it's Nellie's birthday.
Question 8. This question was not put in with any specific people in mind. In 1918, Finland declared independence from which country?
He's deleted it and said wrong chat. Who was it meant to go to?
Who was that meant to go to, Desmond, you dirty cheater?
Oh.
Hey. Banned, right. So the Finns do know the answer to this question, so that's good. In 1918, Finland declared independence from which country? Question 9. Which
What's
river
Tanya saying about just the spelling?
flows through Paris? What? Wendy said the same as you.
Brussels.
So, yeah. Have a word. Which river flows through Paris? And question 10. The Khmer Rouge ruled which country between 1975 and 1979?
What? I'm just waiting for you to say something witty and...
The Khmer Rouge ruled which country between 1975 and 1979?
What?
Okay, 9:10. We've got one more round to do. I think we can probably just start flying through these answers. The capital of Poland is Warsaw. The largest Mediterranean island is Sicily. Mount Vesuvius casts a shadow over Naples.
I said Sorrento.
So Lucy said Sorrento. I am not sure about that. Please let us know if you think that is incorrect. The country which has 4 letters and ends in Q is Iraq. The city the Titanic was built in was Belfast. There is a huge Titanic museum in Belfast, which is really, really good. Who was the 3rd astronaut involved in the Apollo 11 mission? The one that we never hear of. That's Michael Collins. Which country's name could be part of a Christmas dinner? It's Turkey. So in a traditional English dinner, Christmas dinner, we have turkey, and so yeah, there's your answer. I think the Finns probably got that, to be fair. In 1918, Finland declared independence from Russia. Worst thing they ever did. You know what I mean? Finns could have been led by the legend that is Vladimir Putin now.
Don't you him?
The river, you said this last time, Ben.
Yeah.
The river that flows through Paris is the Seine.
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 Seine. It's a Seine.
The Khmer Rouge ruled Cambodia between 1975 and 1979. So let us know how you did with your answers there. Is this the right round number? It is, isn't it?
Yeah, 7
So
rounds.
is it only the first round that I knocked up?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Let us know how you did, please. Robert and Alison only on this round and still got 10. That's very impressive.
8 for me, Dad and Tanya. 10 for Will. 6 for Lorraine. Decent.
Finn's
score
got
for
5. Finn's did really well there. That's good. Kyle only got 2. Yeah, I did say it was going to be hard, to be fair.
5 for Tammy and Kyle.
Ooh, Wendy got 8. I think that's our highest score, is it?
Wendy
Or
got
did
one.
No,
Graham
she said Graham was there, I think.
Right,
Did
moving
your dad,
on.
did your dad get 8, did you say?
Yeah, I did. 7 for
Can I
Faith.
just, not touch it, please. You've seen what happens when you touch it. Just leave it.
This is my mat.
Yeah, but you don't know how to use it, do you?
Question 7. Round 7 is film and TV. So last round, a good mix of questions in here, and then we will give you the answers to the picture round.
Look, you've offended Wendy now.
Why?
Because you asked if Graham was there. Almost as if she
I'm
couldn't have been able to do it on her
I would have been
own.
able to get that on my own.
Oh, and you think that Wendy can't be better than you in any way? Nice, isn't it? Very nice.
Right, question 1. Who does Will Ferrell play in Anchorman? So that is the name of his character. Who does Will Ferrell play in the movie Anchorman? Now I know not many people, certainly on my mum's side of the family, will have seen this without Grant being present. Grant's probably seen it. But if you haven't, you should make the time to watch it because it's just hilarious.
William got 10 in that round.
Will's only done.
I don't know, Claire might be helping by now.
She's not. He's already said. So, yeah. Question 1. Who does he play? Question 2. In Thomas and Friends,
Proper question, this one.
what is Sir Topham Hatt more commonly known as? Now, I think I could answer every single question anybody ever invented on Thomas the Tank Engine. Ever.
What's the number 10 engine?
Oh, apart from that one. Is there a number 10 engine? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11.
I've just owned the
I don't think there's a 7, 8 or 9.
I think you just need to pipe down, to be honest.
Question 2. In Thomas and Friends, what is Sir Topham Hatt more commonly known as?
Which one am I giving the answer away on?
None of mine, hopefully. You could just sit there quietly.
Is this the last round? Yeah. Okay.
So how many times do you think we've watched the Great Race Thomas movie over the past few weeks?
I'm going to skip you.
Twice a day? Really? On which planet was Superman born? Now, if you can see from the little logo, that means that this was last week's t-shirt clue. So last week I was wearing a Superman t-shirt. What that means is you should have done all of the research you can possibly think of on Superman. This is this week's t-shirt. So on Wednesday there will be a question related to this t-shirt. So from last week, which planet was Superman born
I've just realised what you did last week was absolutely pointless and terrible. Like, what's the point of having it's like me wearing this and going, this is a clue for next week, and then the question being just something about Barcelona.
I'm not buying a t-shirt with words on.
Makes no sense. Yeah, but you could have just asked the question in a different way.
But it gives people the chance to know.
You could have said which superhero was born on X. Anyway, next week when we do this, we're not gonna, next week when we do this question, we're not going to reference the t-shirt icon.
So just take heed of the fact there's a t-shirt.
Keep your eye out for it.
Question 4. Which iconic British comedy features characters with the surnames West, Sutcliffe and Shipman?
Famous serial killers.
Well done.
I'll just, point it out. The Finns might not know that.
Which iconic British comedy features characters with the surnames West, Sutcliffe and Shipman? Question 5. Which 2014 Seth Rogen film caused the North Korean government to threaten action against the United States? It was banned for quite a while, this film as well, wasn't it? It caused quite a lot of problems.
There was something about it,
which 2014 Seth Rogen film caused the North Korean government to threaten action against the United States? Interesting fact, is Kim Jong-un dead?
Interesting fact, I'm going to ask you a question. No, he's not dead. I do believe he is in a vegetative state, but I don't know if you can really confirm what comes out from North Korea, because it'll either have come out from the government as propaganda, obviously that wouldn't be propaganda, or it'll have come out from potentially disgruntled people that aren't involved with the government and are opposing the government. So I don't know.
Right, moving on, question 6. In the British soap opera Emmerdale, which dingle died after being hit by a chimney that was struck by lightning?
You see, if you're doing your round, don't keep checking the phone.
Thank you for the feedback. In the British soap opera Emmerdale, which dingle died after being hit by a chimney that was struck by lightning? Apparently he's not dead. That's what the messages coming through were saying.
Well, yeah, allegedly. Yeah.
Allegedly. It could be a picture from a while ago. Yeah, who knows? Who knows what's happening in North Korea? Question 7. Which 1991 film...
Oh, sorry. My bad. It was still more interesting than listening to you talk, like.
Which 1991 film does the quote, "It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again," come from? Which 1991 film does the quote, "It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again," come from? Question 8. What is the name of Gus's restaurant chain in Breaking Bad?
I don't like this question.
You don't like any of my questions?
I really don't like number 10 either.
What is the name of Gus's restaurant chain in Breaking Bad? The reason you don't like this question is because you can't get it right. That's the only reason. Because when I asked you it, you were like, oh, I know it, but I can't remember. So that's why I don't like it. Question 9. We've got to go back to 1955 is a famous quote from which blockbuster movie? We got to go back to 1955 is a famous quote from which blockbuster movie? You've got me saved as this person from this film in your phone, haven't you?
That's a really interesting story.
It is actually, but I can't give the answer away. Question 10. What is the name of the pub in Peaky Blinders?
That'll be like one person that gets this.
Bet there's more than one person that gets this.
Let us know if you get this question. I mean, I watched Peaky Blinders.
You told me I had to make the questions accessible on an international basis. To get this question, I googled most popular TV shows in the world, and this was number 3. So, what is the name of the pub in Peaky Blinders? That is your last question, and we will move on to the answers. So, who does Will Ferrell play in Anchorman? Why don't I just put them through?
Just because I just want you to get in the habit of understanding what's currently on the
Well, I wish
stream.
it just went from question to answers.
Yeah, no,
There's my feedback.
But that can't work in that way. So.
Right, who does Will Ferrell play in Anchorman? Ron Burgundy. In Thomas and Friends, Sir Topham Hatt is more commonly known as the Fat Controller. Superman was born on Krypton, and which iconic British comedy features characters with the surnames West, Sutcliffe and Shipman? It is Gavin and Stacey. Which 2014 Seth Rogen film caused all the hoo-ha? It was The Interview.
It wasn't even that good. Like, it wasn't worth the.
You can see why North Korea didn't like it.
Oh yeah, obviously. Yeah.
In the British soap opera Emmerdale, which dingle died after being hit by a chimney that was struck by lightning? This was a canny while ago, and it was Trisha Dingle.
Oh.
Marlon's wife at the time.
I do actually remember Marlon.
Which 1991 film does the quote, "It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets hose again," come from? It was The Silence of the Lambs. Gus's restaurant chain in Breaking Bad is called Los Polos Hermanos. We Gotta Go Back to 1955 is from Back to the Future, number 1, if anybody's wondering. Just checking on Harry a second. And question number 10, the name of the pub in Peaky Blinders is The Garrison.
He's having a dream again.
Please let us know if you got number 10 right.
Yeah, let us know about 8
Duncan's
and 10 in particular.
about the questions I've wrote.
Paul and Claire got it at the same time, but they both nerd out on Peaky Blinders. So, let us know how people did, please. Ooh, low scores coming in for that round.
That's not bad. Then you said you wanted people to get 3 to 4 correct answers.
I didn't. I said 3 to 7.
Right. So everybody so far.
Kyle and Tammy got 8.
There you go.
I think that's gonna be.
Bet you Tammy got number 10.
You should watch Peaky Blinders, huh? Okay, so
picture round next.
Yeah, let's go to the picture round next. So some mixed scores. I think only one. Kyle and Tammy got 8. I don't think anyone else got 6.
What does 10 ooh mean?
It means he didn't like the questions 8 and 10.
You still got 8 though.
He got 3. Wow, Lucy has difficulty reading.
I can't do it off the screen.
Nearly put Ron Jeremy.
6
Okay,
is still
so
a good score. Like what?
Answers to the picture round. You're all gonna kick yourselves when you read these. I guarantee it. If you feel like you got a low score, you'll be looking at these going, "Oh,
how
of
can you
course
not
that's
get
his
Liam
name."
Neeson? How can you not get Liam Neeson?
Yeah, I mean, I think Andy Serkis is probably reasonably difficult for some people. Not for us because we know him, but yeah, it's not an obvious one because you don't see his face.
He was Gollum in Lord of the Rings.
We don't see his face there. Ian McDermott, that's a hard one. You know his face, but probably not his name.
Jodie Comer, main one in
well, Jodie Comer's tough because, like, yeah, I know her face, but I definitely couldn't have told you her name. Benicio del Toro, Emilia Clarke.
Mother of Dragons, she was
and the linking theme for these actors was Star Wars. They all appeared in Star Wars.
Ian McDermott was the Emperor?
Yeah, he was the Emperor. Mads Mikkelsen was in
Rogue One.
Yeah. Jodie Comer was in
the new one, The Rise of Skywalker. She was Rey's mum.
Hazard has pointed out that I've actually misspelled Andy Serkis' name.
Yeah. I could have told you that.
Well, why didn't you? You've read it 3 times.
Keira Knightley was Padme Amidala's handmaiden.
Claire and Paul did well there, so 9. So remember, if you got the theme, you get an extra point there. So you could have had 11 on
My
that
dad and Tanya were asking, did they get a point for saying Star Wars separate? Yes, you do.
Star Wars separate? What do you mean?
Like, if you didn't get the actors, but you said Star Wars. Do you
get
point?
You definitely don't need to get all 10 to get the Star Wars. If you said Star Wars, that is worth a point regardless of how many other
Will did really well
people
in the pictures.
got. Yeah, I would have expected Will to do well, I think, actually. Your mum and Gary did really well as well. 10 out of 11 points. So let us know your total scores, please, so that we can announce the winner. Claire and Paul have done really well this week, 45.5.
Out of...
That's a great score, out of 70.
It's not out of 71, surely.
Oh, well, okay, yeah, sorry, 71. Finns did well on that round as well, they got 7.
51 for my dad and Tanya.
Really good scores.
51 for Faith and James. 25 unread messages.
William will have done well, I think. Although he didn't, I don't think he did brilliantly in the musicals round, but I think he scored really highly in the other ones. Kyle and Abigail got 23. I know, Kyle. It was a tough one. It was a tough quiz. Finn's got 28.5. I think that's a good score, to be honest.
Everybody seems to think that Kim Jong-un's fitting well opening factories left, right and centre.
So Will got 48.5 for the musicals, let him down. Sheena got 55, which I think is the winning score again.
Sheena also got number 10 on my round.
What other scores have we had? So 55.
We've got a few 51s in.
The Waltons got 29. Dale got 32. Oh, your mum and Gary were one off the win there. I think we might just give it to them, to be honest. Give your mum and Gary a win this week.
My dad and Tanya have said they would have scored more, but they didn't know all the answers.
Dale says we were on a quiz with some dude who was on Mastermind last week, and this was just as odd. Right, I've got to be honest, right? I'm not having that. I'm not having that.
Unless your specialist subject on Mastermind was the bloody obvious, then.
Because I have tried considerably, especially with that general knowledge round, for example, to make parts of it easy. The geography and history was tough. But I don't understand how people have done. Actually, has anyone done badly on the picture round?
Nobody's done badly.
Everyone's done alright, haven't they? I think on the picture round.
It's been alright. At the end of the day, it's a picture round. You're always gonna, know only some of them. It's not often people are going to get all of them on a picture round, I don't think.
Dale and Karen only got 2 on that round.
Yeah, but that's what would happen in a pub quiz. I think if you had celebrities printed on a picture in a pub quiz, next time we do the picture round on Wednesday, it's going to be something like landmarks or maybe retro children's TV shows, something like that on Wednesday. So there are your 2 clues. Get researching if you're taking part on Wednesday.
So we'll do Wednesday at 8 o'clock, same format, same thing. We will let people know if you can join us. That would be great. Again, if you have any feedback for us, if you want to let us know ideas for rounds, if you want to tell us that some of the questions were too easy or too hard, etc.
Well, we know that some of the questions are always going to be easy and hard.
Yeah, I mean, for the record, it's almost impossible. We've got a very kind of differing group of people doing it. So we've got people from Finland, we've got people from Newcastle, obviously. We've got young people, we've got older people. Hi, Dad. So trying to get the balance is a bit tricky. So I think any scoring between kind of 25 and 55, I think that's pretty good, to be honest. So Dale says feedback, ditch the shit, or that might be Karen.
No faith. You're not having a history.
But I think that's just because Dale or Karen or both want to see me with my top off. I don't blame them.
Anyway, on that note, it's a good night from us, and thank you very, very much for joining us again tonight. Like we say, we'll be back on Wednesday. If you want, we can just sack the quiz off. You can just watch us fight for like an hour and a half, call each other names.
I'd lash you in a fight.
It's all in jest.
It's not.
It is.
What she says is in jest. What I say is categorically not in jest. When she touches the buttons and knacks the presentation up, it makes me furious. Anyway, thanks for joining us, everyone. See you soon. Bye.